Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing some Great League battles featuring Scrafty. I'm running Scrafty, Jellicent as a safe swap, and Alolan Ninetales. So let's get into this. So we land Scrafty into Jellicent. That's a pretty solid lead for us. Excuse the notifications, by the way. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. So I'm staying in this matchup, of course. It's a great matchup. I usually bait with a power-up punch, then go for a foul play. If you get a shield, it's great, but if you don't, it's still not that much of an issue. So we'll see what happens. And we do get a shield, which is very good. So, and I sneak in an extra counter, even better. So this is just great, you know. So we're gonna let this come through. It's just a Shadow Ball, which still chunks. It's resisted, but still hits. Now he swaps into Skarmory, so I'm gonna come into Jellicent. Now this is sort of a iffy matchup for both of us. I mean, Sky Attack still hits me pretty hard, and I'm still gonna be throwing Shadow Balls at him pretty hard. So I guess it really depends on who shields what, and if I can maybe bait him with a Bubble Beam. So I'm gonna just go straight for a Shadow Ball here. Now, I think I made a mistake pretty close or coming up soon. Yeah, so I get that. I land that. And in my head, you know, I wanted to farm down because now I know after this move he'll be energy dry and I can safely shield and then farm up and then have Bubble Beams or a Shadow Ball ready for whatever comes in next. But I don't know what was going through my brain, but I clicked Bubble Beam on accident. I don't know what was going through my head, but well, let's see if we can come back from this. Alright, so now he's going to come in with Scrafty, and honestly it won't affect too much, because I think I'll still make it to 2 Bubble Beams, which I'm more than alright with. Which, granted, this won't do too much damage, but it does get a shield, which I'm super shocked by. I was not expecting it to get a shield. So now, I unfortunately barely don't make it to another Bubble Beam. Now they're swatching it into Jellicent, and I'm bringing in Scrafty, so this is another great matchup. And if I remember this battle correctly, we have a boom coming up soon. So I think you might be seeing what's going to happen soon. So he has Jellicent, of course, and he's probably going to throw a move soon. And he does. So now I have Alolan Ninetales with Powder Snow and Dazzling Gleam in the back. And he has an unshielded Scrafty in the back. So I think you can see where this is going to go. So I'm going to come in and fully Powder Snow down. He's most likely going to get to a move, which I'm alright with shielding. Which he does. Probably a Shadow Ball. And Scrafty can't really put up any sort of fight against Ninetales, though, so that's why I'm shielding here. It's the better shield. And now I farm down perfectly, and I'm at a Dazzling Gleam. Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. This is going to be fun. And boom! Hell yeah. Fairy beats both dark and fighting, so that does more than enough damage. Probably enough to clear out 2 Scrafties. So yeah. Alright, so let's get into the next battle. So again, running the same lineup, Scrafty, Jellicent, and Alolan Ninetales. So I managed to get my way to Ace pretty quickly, hoping to climb, get to Veteran soon. So we land Ace Surfetch lead. That's not great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into Jellicent, because this thing is kind of a core breaker for my team. It really beats everything on my team. But luckily, Jellicent and Alolan Ninetales can at least put somewhat of a fight up against it. It's not like a wall. It's more or less just he hits us for a lot. But I can Bubble Beam spam, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because 3 Bubble Beams on top of Hexes isn't more than enough to take this thing out. I'm going to let this come through. Nothing he has can take me out. Just a Night Slash. Does about 30%. I'm going to throw the other Bubble Beam, but I miss it barely. I should have thrown instead of getting another Hex, but I can shield up. And it is the Leaf Blade. That is the better move to throw in this matchup because it hits way harder for a similar amount of energy. So we're going to throw another Bubble Beam. Hopefully this lands. If it doesn't, not too worried either. Gets a shield. I'll take it. And I do make it to another one just in time before he does. Now, because of how glassy Surfetched is, this Bubble Beam will still probably take him pretty damn close to KO range, so we might see a second shield, and we do. So now I'm more than okay with going down here. You know, I was thinking, you know, he's triple debuffed by now. You know, maybe it doesn't take me out, but no, Leaf Blade is still more than enough. So I'm going to come in with Ninetales right now, and Ninetales, unshielded Ninetales with energy goes insane, but he switches out, which is fantastic for me, because this thing might have been troublesome for my Scrafty in the back. So I'm going to throw the Dazzling Gleam. This will hit him like a truck, and I'm going to wait for him to throw his move, and then I'm going to swap into Scrafty, because I'm predicting he has Dazzling Gleam as well. So he throws a move here, and no matter what this is, I'm swapping out into Scrafty. So luckily this isn't a Charm Alolan Ninetales. If it was Charm, we might have had some issues, but it is the Dazzling Gleam. Now, he can't put on too much fast move pressure, but we're going to farm down. And he has a Cresselia in the back. Now, I was a bit worried here because I wasn't sure if Foul Play would do like 50 or close to 50%, but it was more than enough. Now, his only win condition here is to sack swap and go for 2 Moonblasts. So I'm prepared for that, you know? I'm just charging, and I'm not going to throw until a little bit after the Foul Play because I'm really, really expecting him to swap here. So counting, he might have miscounted, but yep, there's the swap. Just farm down. And now I have a Foul Play ready for the Cresselia, and that's going to be a GG. So that could have gone very poorly for me. So good on me for looking out for the sack swap. That was really his only win condition there. So yeah, and into the final battle. So I don't think it was this set, but I have another set that I'm going to be making a video about soon that I double bait an Altaria with Bubble Beam on Jellicent, and it is such a satisfying set. But here we go. Okay. Scrafty into Skarmory. That's pretty bad for us because he's going to hit us for super effective. So we're going to swap into Jellicent. This works. And he swaps into Azumarill, which I am shocked by. Like, Jellicent wins this match pretty cleanly. Like, and then I get a low battery thing and miss a couple of the bubbles. But this doesn't matter because it's just a Bubble Beam. Wouldn't do much damage regardless. But this is a winnable matchup for me. I can flip this. So I'm very happy to see this. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a Shadow Ball. So yeah, like I said, this is a very good matchup for us. So by now, I'm kind of confused too because I'm thinking, what could they have in the back that isn't a Jellicent counter, but they want to keep away from Scrafty? So yeah. Kind of interested to see what happens here. Now, I should have thrown Shadow Ball right away. A little bit of a mistake on my part, but mistakes happen, and we learn from them. Just those that play rough. But now I know I can load up some energy. I know it's 5 bubbles to a play rough, so that's 3, 4. I'm just going to cap out at 100 energy and throw this. This will be more than enough damage to take out the Azumarill. And now he comes back in with Skarmory. So I'm going to throw a Bubble Beam just to get his attack a little bit lowered. And then I'm probably going to go for a Shadow Ball. If I make it. I think I should be alright to make it in time, but he does throw his energy, which I'm fine with this as well. Goes for Sky Attack, takes me out. So I'm going to come in with Ninetales. And he has a Medicham in the back, which now I'm saying to myself, well, this isn't great either. This is pretty bad. This isn't looking great for us because Medicham is pretty much a solid counter to both of these things. If I was running to Charm on Alolan Ninetales, this would be a completely different story. But unfortunately, I'm not. That Fairy Ice typing takes neutral from fighting instead of resisted, as it would from Pure Fairy. So by now, I'm kind of thinking I lost this, and this just isn't looking good for me. So I'm thinking maybe if I can make it to another one, like if I can survive this Power-Up Punch and make it to a Weather Ball, maybe I can throw a Foul Play and then use Scrafty to hopefully clear out his last Pokemon, but I barely don't make it, and I knew by then, no, that's over. I have 0 energy on Scrafty, there's not much I can do. So I let him throw this Power-Up Punch, but I mean, this game's over. There's nothing I can do. So I just top right, I leave. So very well played by my opponent. keeping that Metacham in the back.